ninth canto, and the descendant of Ganga, Mother Ganges. So that was the topic going on. So Mother Ganges, now here King Bhagirath, he did tapasya and Gangaji got pleased, and then later on Lord Shiva also he did tapasya to Lord Shiva, because Gangaji said two problems. So in order to sort out one thing, that who will hold, so he prayed to Lord Shiva agreed, and then Ganga came down. Second thing was like, who will Ganga said that I will not hold the sins which people will come and leave it me after taking bath. So he said that when the pure devotees will come, then Ganga also will become pure. Okay, so that's what it is. So the glories of pure devotees also we discussed yesterday. And now Gangaji, the power of Ganga worship from 12th shloka to the 15th shloka. Okay, 9th canto, 9th chapter, 12th shloka. Okay, so yajjal sparsh matrena brahma danda hata api sagaratmaja divam jagmuhu kevalam deha bhashma bhi. Yajjala, whose water sparsh matrena, simply by touching brahma danda hata, those who were condemned for offending Brahma, the self, api, although Sagar Atmaja, the sons of Sagar, Divam, to the heavenly planets, Jagmuhu went, Kevalam, only Deha Bhashma Bhi, by the remaining ashes of their burnt bodies. Because the sons of Sagar Maharaj had offended a great personality, the heat of their bodies had increased and they were burnt to ashes. But simply by being sprinkled with water from the Ganges, all of them became eligible to go to the heavenly planets. What then is to be said of those who use the water of Mother Ganges to worship her? Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Mother Ganges is worshipped by the water of the Ganges. A devotee takes a little water from the Ganges and offers it back to the Ganges. When the devotee takes the water, Mother Ganges does not lose anything. And when the water is offered back, Mother Ganges does not increase. But in this way, the worshipper of the Ganga is benefited. Wow. Similarly, a devotee of the Lord offers the Lord Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, a leaf, flower, fruit or water, in great devotion. But everything, including the leaf, flower, fruit and water, belongs to the Lord, and therefore there is nothing to renounce or to accept. One must simply take advantage of the bhakti process, because by following this process one does not lose anything, but one gains the favor of the Supreme Person. So by this understanding, like people take water from Ganga and they offer it to Ganga. So what it is? The water belongs to Ganga only. Then what you are offering it to Ganga? Nothing. But still, if you do that, you get benefit. Same way, your food, your everything belongs to Krishna only. It's our misunderstanding that this is my. Actually, this is misunderstanding. In reality, everything is Krishna's things. Everything belongs to Krishna. So when we say, okay, this month's salary, I will give this much in donation to Krishna. So what it is? What you are going, it never belonged to you. So it is when somebody does any offering to Krishna, like money, like food, whatever, like bhoga every day we do. It is like that only, taking water from Ganga and offering it to Ganga. So like that only. But still, if you do that, like if you give some donation to Krishna, if you offer bhoga to Krishna or anything, then you are benefited. Krishna is very happy with you. Okay, so that is the process of bhakti. So one must take advantage of this process of bhakti. Why? Because just by following this simple process of bhakti, one does not lose anything. We will not lose anything, but we will gain the favor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. That's the point. Bhasmi bhutanga sangena swaryataha sagaratmaja kim punah shraddhaya devim sevante ye dhritvrata. Bhasmi bhuta anga by the body which had been burnt to ashes. Sangena, by contacting the water of the Ganges, Suha Yatha went to the heavenly planet Sagar Atmajaha. The sons of Sagar came, what to speak of, Punha again Shraddhaya, with faith and devotion, Devim unto Mother Ganges, Sevante, worship ye those persons who Dhrita Vrataha, with vows of determination. Simply by having water from the Ganges come in contact with the ashes of their burnt bodies. Simply by having water from the Ganges come in contact with the ashes of their burnt bodies, the sons of Sagar Maharaj were elevated to the heavenly planets. Therefore, what is to be said of a devotee who worship Mother Ganges faithfully with a determined vow? One can only imagine the benefit that accrues to such a devotee. Okay, 14th shloka. Nahi etat param ascharyam swardhunya yad ihoditam ananta charanambhoja prasutaya bhavachhidaha. Na, not it, he, indeed, etat, this param, ultimate, ascharyam, wonderful thing, swardhunya, by the water of the Ganges, yet which here with uditam has been described, ananta, by of the Supreme Lord, charan amboja, from the lotus of the feet, parsutayaha, of that which emanates, bhavachhida, which can liberate from material bondage. Translation: because Mother Ganges emanates from the lotus toe of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Anantadeva, she is able to liberate one from material bondage. Therefore, whatever is described herewith about her is not at all wonderful. Okay, it's natural for her. This much glories are natural because Ganga ji is coming from the toe of the Lord Anantadev. Okay, so there is nothing surprising here. So delivering the Sagar Maharaja Sagar's sons is not surprising, since the Ganga flows from the Lord's lotus feet. So it has actually been seen that anyone who regularly worships Mother Ganges simply by bathing in her water keeps very good health and generally becomes a devotee of the Lord. This is the effect of bathing in the water of the Ganges. Bathing in the Ganges is recommended in all Vedic Shastras, and one who takes to this path will certainly be completely freed from all sinful reactions. The practical example of this is that the sons of Maharaj Sagar went to the heavenly planets when water from the Ganges merely touched the ashes of their burnt bodies. Okay, so Sannivesha Manu Yasmin Shraddhaya Munayo Amala Traigunyam Dustayajam Hitva Sadhyo Yatastad Atma Tam. Sannivesha, giving full attention, Manaha, the mind, Yasmin, unto whom, Shraddhaya, with faith and devotion, Muniyaha, great saintly person, Amala, freed from all contamination of sins, Traigunyam, the three modes of material nature, Dustayajam, very difficult to give up, Hitva, they can nonetheless give up, Sadhya, immediately, Yataha, achieved, Tat Atmatam, the spiritual quality of the Supreme. So great sages, completely freed from material lusty desires, devote their minds fully to the service of the Lord. Such persons are liberated from material bondage without difficulty, and they become transcendently situated, acquiring the spiritual quality of the Lord. This is the glory of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay. So here it is mentioned that Ganga comes from the toe of the Lord. So when Vamandev came and he was measuring everything in just 3 steps, so when he raised his foot on the higher direction, upper direction, then his foot reached till the end of the universe and it pierced the shell of the universe, and then there became a hole, from which hole the causal water, the spiritual water, came inside the universe. So that was the Ganga. So then this water came and it washed the foot of the Lord Vamanadeva. So that kumkum which was there in the lotus foot of Lord Vamanadeva, that also got mixed. So that is why the water become little reddish. And so that is one thing coming down. One, that is Ganga. When Lord Brahma saw, when this Vamanadeva foot was going up above, then Brahmaloka, then Brahmaji saw, what is this? Then he saw, oh, this is Lord's lotus feet. So what to do? So I must do Abhishekam. So he also did from his Kamandala, he did some Abhisheka on the Lord's lotus feet. So that also became Ganga. Okay. So this Ganga came down, and first of all, that's what is mentioned in the 5th canto, that first Ganga comes to the Brahmaji's Loka. So from causal ocean it went to the Brahmaloka, then from Brahmaloka, because it is coming through the lotus feet of Lord, that is why it is called Bhagavat Padi. Okay, so that was the name earlier. And then it came on Dhruv Loka, coming down. So on Dhruv Loka, this Ganga was worshipped by Dhruva, Bhakta Dhruva. Then down to the Saptarishis planet. So Saptarishis also kept them in the matted log. They worshipped like anything, Gangaji. And later on, so if you read the structure of the universe, then on top there is Satyaloka, Brahmaji's place, and then down. So at the top of the Mount Meru also there is an office of Brahmaji, Brahmapuri. So after Saptarishis planets, this Gangaji came down to the Brahmapuri on top of the Mount Meru, which is like this, like ice cream cone. Mount Meru is like ice cream cone, broader at the top and smaller at the down. So there it fell, and then it divides itself in the 4 direction. Okay. That 4 direction only called Sita, and those 4, and now it divided into 4 stream. So that is Sita and Chakshu, Bhadra and Alaknanda. Okay, so these are the names here mentioned. Okay, so then in the 4 direction it goes. So in the north direction it came, and that was from the Himalayan mountain, and like that it came. Okay, so first it's the greater Himalaya, then this Himalaya, like that it came. Okay, okay, and then when Bhagirath prayed, then another time Ganga manifested, and that is called Bhagirathi. Okay, so I'll show you, this photo is there, I think. So if you go to Haridwar, there you can see 2 Ganga, and they are meeting. One is called Bhagirathi, one is called Alaknanda. Okay, so as I said, on the Mount Meru, they fell down, Ganga came and divides into 4 streams. So the northern side stream is called Alaknanda, which came to the greater Himalaya, then this Himalaya, then so if you go to Uttarakhand, there you will see Gangotri. So from there it is coming. That's what we see, right? So there it is manifesting, but before that it is, so there how it came? It came, Gangaji came in Gangotri from greater Himalayan, from greater Himalaya. So from greater Himalaya it is just because it is falling like this, so it is jumping again. It's like if you put some water like this with a stream like this, then it will go like this, na? Somewhat it will go like, so that is some stream came like this, so that stream came at Gangotri, and then so before Gangotri it is not visible to our material eyes. From Gangotri it is visible. So that is one. And then when Bhagirath did tapasya, so Bhagirathi also came. And this Alaknanda and Bhagirathi, they came and they merged. Okay, at Deoprayag in Haridwar. So that is called Ganga. Okay. So glories of Ganga is very this is also very great secret. Okay, and later on in Prayag, Yamuna also meets there, and then it becomes Ganga. Okay, so that was the power of worship of Ganga and the glories of Mother Ganga. Okay, so 15th shloka. Okay, we did that. Now, okay, so next is the 16th onwards, the story of Saudas. Okay, so okay, one second. So this is the next section. I am just checking whether we can continue it today or not. 16 onwards. Okay, so this full story, many verses are there, some purport also there. So this full story we can discuss tomorrow. Okay, Saudas story 16 to 39 we shall try to complete tomorrow itself.